What up? It's a little, it's probably close to 8 right now. I've been out here for a few. Got the sunrise, got that morning sun in the eyes, sunrise in the eyes. But, day 58, no excuses 2024, year of the dragon. So I was thinking about, the difference between debate and arguments, right? So I was reading something, I forget exactly what it was, but they were talking about how people argue about politics, and like we think because somebody disagrees with maybe our political stance or even on policy or the administration, this and that we're disagreeable to that person, right? Like we don't like that person because of it. And I'm sure there are some people out there, but we've lost that debate in the public sphere, Some people do, but like arguments usually have strong emotions attached, right? I mean, you argue with your kids, you argue with your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whatever it is, your co-workers, your boss. But there's always like a emotional factor to that, it seems. At least that's what I'm kind of realizing in my older age. And debate, like the thing about debate, like in debating class in schools, you might be pro-abortion or anti-abortion, whatever it is, right? Say, we'll just use abortion, right? Because that's a hot button topic, I guess, right? So say you're pro-abortion, and you come into your debating class in school, and today's topic is abortion, right? But you're not on the pro-abortion side, right? You're assigned to the pro-life or abolitionist or anti-abortion movement, right? And you have to, without emotion, debate on that side for that view as hard as you would for something that you truly believe in, right? I mean, part of that is taking the emotion out of it. We always say, there's two things you don't talk about in bars and barbershops and yada, 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 right? Is politics and religion. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they tell you, right? So that we actually don't debate about it, right? Because like, actual debates are out the window. If you have to, once people start name calling and the thing about arguing as opposed to debating, when you're debating, you actively listen to the other side's argument, right? Or a debate, right? So, I mean, they would call it an argument there, I guess, but it's a debate, So you actually, well, I guess standpoint, right? Point of view. So you would actually sit there and actively listen to their point of view so that you could respond to what they just said. Most times in an argument, since we're emotionally involved, we're either hurt or put upon, or, we had expectations of somebody doing something, even though we probably didn't tell them and they didn't do it. So, we're emotionally involved, or it's a personal conflict between people that are friends or family, And so there's that emotional attachment to it. A lot of times, I know for myself, once you start arguing, you're no longer listening to the other person's argument. You're waiting for your turn to respond so that you can tell them how emotionally, damaged you are from the situation. You know what I'm saying? And like, instead of like listening, because I'll tell you this much, I've had heated debates with people, did not agree with them, but I actively listened to their side, right? To their point of view. And it changed my mind. I was like, you know something? You're right. I can see where you're coming from. And that's the other part about debate, right? Like, since you're actively listening and respecting the other person as a human, just like yourself, right? With something to say, a point of view, that you might not have received growing up, right? And you know, they can change your mind on stuff, you know. I know in politics people love to call that flip-flopping, but people do change their beliefs. People do change the things that they thought were once true in fact, you know, and in fact you find out it was wrong, or you know, it was a half truth, or you know, fucking a lie. You know, because we were all brought up on a lot of lies that over time become truth to us, right? And then it's really hard to debate rationally without emotion, you know, those things that we grown to believe are true, that we find out eventually are not. And sometimes we'll just dig our heels in and be like, well, that's what I learned and that's what it is, and blah 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 blah, and you're a fucking Nazi or a freaking commie, or you know. So that's what I was thinking about, with the difference between arguments and debates, you know. And part of debating is the non-emotional part of it. Part of it is the show, right? Like the spectacle of it. You know, you're proving your point. It's a little theatrical, you know, but it's never supposed to be angry and hateful. You know, a lot of times arguing becomes angry and hateful, and we can't see past that to hear and then understand the other person's point of view. Even when you do, when you still find it that you don't agree with it, right? You can understand more if you listen to them, how they got to where they are. And with that understanding, it makes you more empathetic, right? Even if they're wrong, it makes you more empathetic to their situation and how they got to that part, you know, that point. And you know, then hopefully then you can counterpoint with better information. Over yelling people and shutting down speech, you know, and telling people that they can't talk because of this, that, or the other thing. And I don't care what side you are on, the right, left, center, far right, far left. If you're not willing to listen to the other side, we're never going to come together as a society and be able to right all these injustices that everybody talks about, you know. America is a great country. It's a wonderful country. Has issues for sure, you know. Our government does crazy shit, bombings, this and that, wars and stuff, but people are still coming here in droves, you know. Most for the right reasons, you know. They want a better life. Yeah, it's hard it's harder to make it in America now than maybe in the past, but it's always been hard, you know. But you get out what you put into it. Just like a debate, right? You get out what you put into it. If you put in factual, concise information, you know, without an attitude, without anger, you're going to invite more people into your side, your point of view, than with anger, resentment, and name calling. You know, I'm still learning that. But yeah, so that's where I'm at today on day 58, man, almost to 60. After 66, I only have 300 left, man. Freaking year's almost over. What are you doing today to make tomorrow better? Debate me, because I'm a masturbator. Wait. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. I love you. Like, subscribe, and share if you get some information from this, or, you know, you like it. Hey, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button, you know. Share the shit. Yell at me. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm right. I'll talk to you later. Peace.